We're here in beautiful Madison, Wisconsin to follow the amazing athletes with riding on insulin when they attempt the Ironman.
The first one was also Ironman Wisconsin in Madison. It was in 2009. So I signed up in September, and in October of 2008 I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So then I realized I had less than a year to figure out how I'm going to do it, even if it is possible to do it, because diabetes obviously brings a lot of challenges, and I knew back then that just nutrition-wise surviving Ironman might be a big ordeal, because people all of a sudden start to throw up, dehydrate, pull off, right? So there's a lot of reasons for which you may not finish. Diabetes adds a lot to the mix.
Basic functional fitnessing until like Christmas time, and then really kind of kicked it in. And my coach would send me my workout based on benchmarks of where I was meeting this and that, and we would go from there. Once I decided last year, okay, I'm doing Ironman, I made sure that I trained more throughout the winter, minimum 3 runs to keep the running fitness up, and then and cycling at home, obviously on the trainer to keep everything so you don't lose the training. Typically, you should train probably maybe between 8, 12, 16 hours a week. I have not done it this year. I was busy at work. I had to cut some runs. I had to cut some training. I have a limited swim training, but everyone does what is needed, right? So I know I can get away with 3 hours of swim training, and I can swim Ironman and I'll be okay. So that's what they've done. At this moment, I feel very optimistic. I've done some ultra marathons, so I know I can tackle the run. Even if I'm not really prepared to run at all, I know I can mix walk and run and I'll be okay. Bike is my favorite, so I did most training there. So I know I should be able to do a good, maybe even 5.5 hours. Depends on the course, depends on the conditions. But if things go well, I will be able to turn in good bike. But as soon as we wrap this up, I'm gonna get my wetsuit and do my last 40-minute swim, calibrate the sugar and insulin ratio for the swim, and that would be last piece of my confidence puzzle. So I do wear my pump. That was a big reason why I got Animas pump, because I knew they were waterproof. I've done a couple of halves and a full with the pump on. I like to keep it on. I like to know where it is. I don't need to worry about it. I'm aware that the basal rate is very crucial to stay with you, so you don't disconnect for hours on end. So it's just much more comfortable for me to have the pump with me and not worry about it. You have to be realistic with where your fitness level is, what training, what amount of training you can do, and then set the goals. Because some people, if they set the goal, that motivates them, and that's good. But some people set the goal, and if you know you can't match it, it might be discouraging, right? So you can have like a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 goals, but essentially, it's a cliche tip, but everyone says that that's very true. Is you have to remember to enjoy the moment. It's essentially like a nice training day when people hand you supplies, assist you with things. So just enjoy the moment, because before you know it, it's going to be over and you're going to miss it. I think it's really cool to have a team to do this with, because to do this Lone Ranger style is really lonely, honestly. You don't really have anybody out there going, "Come on, Meg, go!" But except your parents, and that's 3 people to cover 140.6 miles. And with a team of 70 plus all of our support, I mean, every time you look up or turn around, there's going to be somebody shouting your name or, "Hey, ROI." It's been really encouraging.
We're just over 11 hours into the Ironman in Wisconsin, and we still have members of our Riding on Insulin team out on the course. They still have 6 hours till midnight tonight to finish, and I can honestly say this has been one of the most inspiring events I've ever seen. From seeing them get into the lake at 7 o'clock in the morning, swim 2.4 miles, go on a 112-mile bike ride and finish this off with a 26.2 mile marathon. It's been a very special day, lots of courageous, inspiring people with riding on insulin, and I hope that you enjoyed this episode. On our next episode, we go to Niagara Falls to visit with Friends for Life Children with Diabetes Conference in its return to Canada. For now, from Madison, Wisconsin, it's Sugar-Free Shawn. Bye for now. It's unbelievable to see people's dreams come true this close, and the emotion, it's unbelievable. Everybody on riding on insulin, you should be proud. Unbelievable job.